welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. My name is Felicia. Welcome back to another day of Vlogmas. Merry Christmas to the West Side. Thank you guys for being here. If you do not know me, again, my name is Felicia. I am a human and civil rights advocate, and I run a nonprofit in women's health called DIVAS Can Manifest org. And I list all of our links and information down below, so check it out to see how we were founded and get more in touch with the community. I really appreciate you guys being here. Today we're getting into a topic called what is it? How are your haters viewing you? Okay, so let's get into it. Choose from the overhead selection. Group 1, you are the Christmas cowboy boot. Group 2, you are the Christmas wreath. And group 3, you are the Christmas peppermint white mocha from Starbucks. Okay, let me know how this resonates, and I'll see you guys in your selection. Bye. Hi group 1, welcome to your selection. So you chose this cute boot, and I recently got some shoes like this in all black. Okay, so how do your enemies view you? I'm being guided to how do your enemies view you? Okay, back in the lab, group 1, what's going on? So we have dissipating. Ooh, child. Okay, y'all, that's not good. This person, these haters, these people, they think you feel like you're very high maintenance. Maybe you have a lot of activities, hobbies, interests. They are definitely watching you on a social media account, and these are people who keep like they look at you like they're reading the newspaper. Like some of you guys, they see that you've made it to the newspaper, or that you are in the press in a big way, and they just feel like they got left behind. And some of you guys just keep calling them birds. Some of you recently showed up with a shirt that said bird on it. Someone took a major L. I'm hearing that whoever this hater is, they see that you have been headlining the press, something about them. It could even be about them. Something that is in the press about you, like or your social media account. They just keep watching you, and they feel like you just keep forgetting them. Okay, you're forgetting them. They feel like they have the IQ of a bird, because I think there's something like, okay, let's break this down, friends. A bird is someone who does something petty. It is like totally unwarranted. Like I think that something happened where somebody did something petty. They were petty, friend, and then they see that it showed how big of a loser they really were. Like I think that's why we call them birds, friend. Okay, so these are some people. You know how birds, have you ever fed the birds before? You know, like usually like crackers or like breads would be good to feed a bird or something like that. And so I keep thinking about like the symbolism of the word bird, of the word bread. And like some of these people were like really concerned about your money, so they were really trying to see like how you're getting your money up, how you are, where your money's coming from. They're looking at your possessions a lot. They're looking at your security, your nice things that you have, and they just are so pissed off, friend. Okay, because these are some people that did something petty for money. and it turned out like that they got like, I don't know, some of them got really dragged and humiliated, but for others they're just seeing that you're the one that made it in the press. Okay, we have Archangel Uriel. Yeah, a spiteful, vengeful liar. Some of them, like this hater did something petty, and maybe they even put something in the press or the news about you being, that was a lie. Okay, we have you are divinely protected. So these haters have behavioral health issues. So like I said, something that they did was petty, or they were totally impulsive and reckless and ruthless and they were very hasty in their behavior, and it showed like it just made them look like a big loser, because they have these behavioral health issues where they can't, like, you know what I'm saying, they don't have a connection between their mind and body, so they might have been getting like all physically aroused and getting mentally tortured and had a spirit that did not have integrity. Like a lot of these people had addictions, disorders, substance abuse issues, disordered eatings, children with these issues as well, just mental and physical disorders and poor health. Okay, disruptive and destructive behaviors. So these people are mentally ill, so it is really not something that don't even engage in no conflict with these people. You are divinely protected against these people who have been acting from a behavioral health issue. This is totally absurd, friend. This omen is ridiculous. A bunch of birds like could not control their behavior, and fighting with you, their spite and vengefulness became an addiction. Okay, some of them lied or altered the facts of reality, and this was not what happened. Something where they made something up because they were disconnected between their mind and their body. They made something up. They did something. They had a delusional report, or they made something from their imagination. Okay, and y'all, this person really just like, this has been the irrational. This has been the irrational choice behavior that has been getting them left behind. That's been getting them, that's been getting the ick. Everybody's getting the ick, right? Some of y'all are just like, damn, like I didn't even do nothing. This person was just like a behavioral health issue. You know what I'm saying? Like something bad happened with this hater that was like a behavioral health issue. It was nothing that you did wrong. I don't want you to think that you did anything wrong. Like if you might be angry now about whatever this person did out of spite, but you've had a particular type of protection through this whole thing, and these people are literally dissipating, and as you get engraved in the press is what I'm hearing. Some of you guys, you might be the one with behavioral health issues, or you have trauma from this situation where this person did something out of spite. This is a PTSD response, trigger stress response. So always just seek God's will before making decisions to cuss somebody out, friend. You are the person that shines the light of God's truth. Do not come around with all this negative energy. Show respect and hold reverence for change, because this is a intense period of purification and transformation with these haters, because they're dissipating as you are divinely protected and immune from whatever's going on in this situation. They are becoming nothing, and you are being protected, and you were chosen. A lot of you will need to learn self-defense, so I definitely would recommend you guys following Divas Can Manifest org news, because we talk about a lot of psychological self-defense and also a renaissance movement for the strength, friend. Okay, because I definitely think that this involves you serving a strong mission, and this situation that you've had with these haters have been dangerous situations, a lot of you, and they have been making you angry and anxious because they have been acting from a behavioral health issue, and this was an external force that you could not control. You did nothing wrong, okay? But I know that your PTSD probably, gets triggered, and just try to let go of destructive emotions like anger and anxiety. those block your discernment and you can make foolish risks. Some of you guys need to watch your mouth, right? Watch your mouth. But some of you guys dealt with a really bad lie, okay, with these haters that made you lose something important to you, okay? So, there's something or someone, okay? Or someone's addiction is truly out of control. I'm hearing this hater, they keep gambling something here. Or there's a disorder, okay? We have angel. Yeah, like I said, friend, you didn't do nothing wrong. If you're angry, you got the right to be angry, friend, okay? You are an angel. You are someone who helps those in need without any expectation of anything in return. So this felt like cruel and unjust treatment. You did nothing wrong. This was not a fight that you started. Someone made up a lie that this was a beef or something like that. Did something else out of spite or to get, some type of revenge. That was not, it was not like, you shouldn't have been trying to seek revenge because Part 1 never did anything wrong, friend. These were behavioral health issues, mentally ill people delusional, disconnected from reality, disconnected from their physical vessels. These people are addicts, okay? Some of them are sex addicts, some of them are gamblers, disorders, substance abuse, drug addictions. So you were divinely protected, okay, against this thief. And your haters, yeah, these people, what did I say about somebody being a gambler, okay? This is a situation, okay, where this is an Aquarius, their name can start, or a Virgo, or a Taurus, okay, their name can start with the letter L, F, L, F, or M, or J. This person was, for some of you guys, this was a romantic partner that was stolen away from you, okay, and you really showed this person a big heart. I don't think that you were permanently scarred by this situation, but I definitely feel like this person you showed this person a big heart, and they see that. This is like, this person, this could be someone that a romantic partner that you were involved with, that turned around and tried to dupe you, okay? They tried to replace you. They maybe some of them went back to their ex and tried to project your spirit onto their ex. And whatever you worked on with this romantic partner, they're a hater. They have literally just been stealing money, creative ideas, affections, and other powers that they think that they lack from whatever you were helping them with no expectation in return, okay? This person ultimately was a rejection, okay? I think that this relationship was a rejection because I think that and they feel like you moved on, okay? These haters, I think that they're like, the way that they view you is that they know that they rejected you, and they see that like you were helping them without any expectations in return, and so you didn't take the rejection personally, and so your heart was really open in this situation, and you had a lot of erotic energy, feminine energy with this romantic partner. But this person was actually an addict. Maybe they were a gambler or has some type of substance abuse issue. Do not at all. They're a hater because they literally can't. They're an addict. They're stuck there forever, okay? This person has formed a dependency on you and have been chronically complaining about you and making you a center of their drama. This person ultimately saw you as very wealthy. This could be a romantic partner or other feminine energies, but I'm definitely getting that this was a femme fatale. So it just like feels like I don't know if something about this angelic frequency that you have, it is, I wouldn't say on a shadow aspect, but it could be a chronic need to be needed. And I think that if you were in a situation where you were rejected and where you were rejected due to a codependency, Okay, this relationship was a codependency. It was not an actual collaboration. Okay, this person was really a spiteful, vengeful liar, and this relationship, it may have like been a lot of erotic energy. Okay, because this was it may have involved your body or intimacy. Okay, but this was really this person harvesting your energy. They were addicts and you were there helping them in need, and maybe they helped you as well, but I feel like something that they were doing is that they might have grown spiteful and vengeful towards you, you know, when, like, from the help that you were able to offer. I think that some of these people just got mad that you were able to offer the help and that they weren't. That you were the one that was able to find the solution and that they weren't. Some of these people, they grew angry at you because they saw that you had wealth, that you had an abundance of financial security and possessions, food, agriculture, self-care. And some of these people, they had a dependency on you, or you could have also had a dependency. I think that's for you to find. But I think a lot of this person was really dependent on you, and you were very aware that you were helping them. But this person, there was also like an erotic energy that erupted from this relationship with this romantic partner. Maybe it involved your willingness to follow your intuition, and like taking risks it could be exciting, it could be daring, it could be a rush of adrenaline. But sometimes that's why like addicts get addicted to that thrill. But those are cheap thrills, and a lot of those risks and gambles that people take, or even that you may have taken on this encounter, was a bad risk. It was a bad gamble. You know, this person was a liar. They were spiteful. They were vengeful. They didn't have any integrity over their inner spirit because they are gamblers and addicts. And it's not something that you can, you can be mad at. You know, a lot of you should just already have adjusted your expectations, because you knew that you were there helping, because they were in need. But a lot of these people were very, very egotistical about receiving the help that they really needed, friend. They really needed help, okay? Some of these people can be from your past, like a long time ago. These haters have watched you, like a very erotic energy erupt after you had a codependency on a relationship when you were fat. Okay, this was a romantic relationship where maybe this was the only person that you just didn't want to get undressed for someone else again. Okay, friend, play undressed. Okay, play undressed by my fave, Somber. Okay, so yeah, you don't want to get undressed. Like, some of you guys had a codependent relationship for sex, and this was not good sex, and it was not true love. And when you got the truth of this person, that they were a spiteful, vengeful liar, you knew that this intimate relationship was like truly a facade. Okay, some of you guys, you literally, it was an erotic energy of like a sexual union that you had with someone, but that was really you codependent when you were fat. Okay, now like you can have way better sex because you are very self-confident and secure, and you can discern better with Archangel Uriel, especially here. You can discern better if someone is a good fit for you, if they're a proper mate. With Archangel Uriel here, I think that having those body image issues really have created feelings of anger and anxiety, and that really has blocked your discernment and love. So healing that these, these codependent relationships that you've had for physical security is threatening, okay? Some of you guys is very threatening. This was a relationship that you had for physical security, but then you realize that they were spiteful, vengeful liars, and they see that you are now, like, you shed a light. I think for physical security, it could definitely involve you sharing money with these people, sharing resources with these people, needing these people for some type of survival, to meet your survival needs, to help you with your self-care, wellness, or agriculture in some type of way. And I feel like these people, they wanted to steal that away from you. Maybe this was a romantic partner that got stolen, and they traded teams or switched and like flopped to the other side or something like that. It was lying to your face and maybe just like coming around, still touching you, still having sex with you. And they literally have folded and joined in with a group of people that hated you. Some of them. And then, yeah, they were like false. They were acting angelically to mislead you. And that was your codependency for for when you were just like with this person for sex, right? You were just desperate, right? You didn't wake up and see that this was actually a conflict. So, I think your haters are definitely seeing how you've had, how they stole so much wealth from you, and you still looking flossed out, friend. You still behaving good, friend. Okay. They see that you still, your body still, your body even more tea. Okay, some of y'all done healed their body image issue. Okay, then recover from being obese, and you don't have the kind of codependency in your relationships anymore. Like that's crazy, because sex is like the lowest forms of love, and so you could like offering sex is just like the basic stuff. Like it's like breadcrumbing. And it doesn't guarantee anything. And I think that some people who are delusional will get attached to intimate moments. And you can definitely be delusional when you're fat and are not empowered to change anything for yourself. Okay? So come up out of them illusions, friend. Okay? Come up out of them illusions. Leave that relationship that you've been in because you're fat. Okay? That person's really stealing from you. Something like that. I'm hearing, ooh, y'all, this is not good. So some of these people that are dissipating now, they are fat. Some of them are the fat people that hate you. Okay, and they feel like you help them without expecting anything in return, and say, look, you're fat. Let me help you with this, and then I'm gonna leave. All right. Something that you did, you help them understand that that's codependency. That's not good. That's not a good life. Okay. This could be something about them being fat, or some other kind of addiction. I'm hearing some people who have some really crazy eating habits, and you just looking at them wild. Some people just kept eating ice cream, y'all. Like somebody just kept eating dairy, and it was like too much. Made you want to throw it. Made us want to throw it, friend. Okay. So something about the way they care for their body, that they were hating on you for, the way that you care for your body. Okay. And stuff like that. Now they seeing you and moved on and bossed up after they were trying to steal your wealth and shit, and not honor you for it. And they just feel like losers in life. They keep gambling, trying to rely on luck and not doing the work or something like that. So yeah, that's how your haters are viewing you. They think they see that you're very compassionate about them. Yeah, you're the Empress, friend. Okay, you the Empress. They see that you're very compassionate, that you're very receptive to their struggle, because a lot of these people were just addicts. So not to be mad at them, friend. This was just a temporary depression. You're very compassionate about these people. Okay, compassionate towards these people. They're very receptive to you, but I ultimately think that they were just so opposite of you that the relationships ended. And I think that you also may have to make a decision around these relationships as well. And some of you guys, while you're compassionate and receptive, and they're definitely seeing you as very abundant, very luxurious, very flossed out. They see you as very crowned, iced out. They see that you have, you never run out of money. You never run out of creative ideas. You never run out of affection. You never run out of power. And they're the ones that were just truly losers, truly ills, truly a lame. and some of them were acting angelically to mislead you. And or some of these could have been even people who were pretending to be in touch with angelic guidance, like other spiritualists in the network. These people were really not doing anything hardworking and just trying to rely on their like addictions, their gambles, their sex or something like that. And you're just not that type of person, friend. You have been like really abundant, hardworking, and the way that you have like truly become the empress is what I'm hearing. You have become the empress, and they feel like they were just a temporary depression where, you know, they did something spiteful and vengeful or something like that. These are lovers. These could be lovers that, you know, that you still love and care about them, but you may have just turned them down still. But this could be your divine masculine that saw you being triggered about your body image or something like that. Some of y'all intimate partners know about y'all body image issues, and they say, look, we just look forward towards a positive future. You're the empress, okay? You're very abundant, you're everything, right? You're very, you know, attractive. So something where you know, people may have got triggered around body image issues, or, you know, not having scarcity trauma as well. So that's why they were stealing, friends. They didn't have nothing, okay? And you're like, okay, you can have it. Okay, you so abundant and generous. That's why they see you as the empress, and you were very compassionate as the queen of cups to whatever they did out of spite. And you're like, they were just truly losers, friend, truly. But I think that you expanded and moved on, and now they just watch you in the press, and that you don't remember them or think about them, and you peacefully resolved the conflict and moved on with your life. Some of these people, you know, these could be ongoing and stressful problems or unresolved problems in your life, and you have where someone has stolen wealth, and you need to be, you will be, this cycle is incomplete where until you bring justice to that. And they see that you have expanded within this cycle and closing and about to close this cycle, which means that they're disappearing, and you're divinely protected as this cycle closes and they're forgotten forever. Okay, thank you so much, Pal 1. Let me know how that resonates, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Hello, Pal 2. How are your haters viewing you? Okay, how are your haters viewing you right now? So, this is somebody who showed up with a red heart, okay? So this is the opposite of Azizan. Azizan. I know y'all seen that red heart. Like, what is that? I took him. I saw that person show up with a giant red balloon. Oh my God, balloon heart, y'all. Please, this is the hater. This is the op right here, friend. Okay, so power 2. How are your haters viewing you? Let's get into it. Okay, so somebody know. If you know, you know, friend. We have abundance, okay? They seeing you, friend. You're very abundant. That you knock their hat off. They can't imagine. It's like they feel like they counting pennies next to you, friend. Friend, they look like they got their coins out and they trying to count in their pocketbook to see how they can go race up their budget. They trying to see how they can get a bigger budget, y'all. Because they see your budget is so big and your money looking long, and then you got coins in the treasure chest. You got those money stacked up, friend. So, yeah, the money's is on reserve. Who at the Federal Reserves? Y'all, please. You're so goofy. Okay, but yeah, these people definitely seeing your money long, friend, and they looking at, they at home and they stressed out. Their hair is falling out. Some of them, they get their hair falling out. Y'all, they got their hair falling out, or they cannot believe that they went broke trying to compete with you. They was like, damn, we ain't realized your budget was so big, friend. Okay, because they thought, like, you could tell, like, this person, whoever this person is, they tried to, like, show up with your, like, they tried to dupe or something. As the op, friend, they tried to dupe as the op. And they just came in, their budget was way lower. Friend, this person, you could tell that it was a lower quality, like, and we just looking at the balloon, like, yeah, look just like this balloon, this one, yo, this one right here look just like this balloon. Oh my gosh, this little, it looked just like that. I know y'all seen that, man. Like, some of y'all, people really try to dupe your entire look or recreate some big art project that you did, and they over there trying to see how they can calculate their coins and their budget to see how they can scam off something that you've done, and it just every time it be a lower budget and lower quality and standard friend, and we just looking at them like, are you serious? Are you really gonna continue to do this? And so, like, you have the psychic advantage over this person. This person has been obsessed with trying to steal your artwork. So you guys are on the advantage, and I feel like your budget is also bigger than this person as well. And so it really is really delusional, okay? And I also think it gives everybody the ick as well. They are not getting... You have Peter Pan syndrome. How are your haters viewing you? Oop, international as fuck. Yeah, these people still have not made it to international. And they have just also, like, some of them, they don't trust you because you have the psychic advantage. Some of them, they're like, damn, like, you already can make something work in your favor because you have the psychic advantage. But I think that what you guys are on the psychic advantage for are these people who are trying to race your art, and trying to make it to, they're trying to get an international recognition with your art, okay? Some of y'all, this person is really refusing to grow up and be responsible, so they keep trying to, you know, penny pinch their pocketbook together, to see how they can, like, knock off some abundant piece of artwork that you've created that's internationally recognized, is what I'm hearing. So that's why it's delusional as well. It's because they keep trying to knock off your international ass artwork, abundant ass masterpiece, is what I'm hearing. And it's delusional because they're just you're already engraved in the press and internationals, like, okay, and they keep doing it, and everybody's just like, no, because you're not getting it, friend. Something where this person, they're not getting with this Peter Pan. They're like a child that's underdeveloped. It's like they're not comprehending that they should not be knocking off your artwork, okay? Or they should not be trying to, like, I don't know, something where they keep overspending and they're really going broke, okay? They're going broke. Some of y'all, your abundance and money is so long, people do not trust you because of you have all this money around you. Like, they're like, what? How do you have all of that? And how did you get to internationals? And how did all this happen? And you're just like, friend, I don't know. It just happened. Like, you were just studying, right? And, like, reading is what I'm hearing. Something where this recognition and reward that you're getting is, like, it's new to you because you're just a student, okay? Some of y'all, you showed up and it was like a bunch of international ass motherfuckers around you, okay? Like, really benefiting from your knowledge, and they have watched you study, okay? These are people who watched you study a lot, and these could even be people who are from different countries than you, different nations, different governments, different cultures and lifestyles, right? and they see that you have had this devotion to knowledge. They see you as a student. Even these people in the international space, they're haters, right? And they see that you have been so smart to make it to this international. They're like, oh wow, that means you're really, really smart. And that you have had this openness to lifelong learning, okay? And that this made you really abundant and rich. They're like, damn, like you're smart, you smart as hell, and got rich as hell because like you're smart, right? Queen. And they're like, okay, that's the queen. But they're a hater, friend. So not everybody could come around the queen now. All right, can't trust them because they're showing up as a hater, right? So they see that you're the queen and you have a radiant, regal, feminine energy and a benevolent authority to protect others with your knowledge. Your knowledge protects others, friend. And how you have been learning your whole life. Some of them, they see that you've been in school for a long time. Some of you guys have you've done some type of healthcare job, and you know them healthcare providers be in school for a long time. But I feel like these are people who have been really Peter Pans. They have been unwilling to translate their knowledge into action. And especially if this is somebody who's trying to copy off your international recognition, like it's already been inscribed in the press, friend. It's already, I think that's why it's delusional, is that you're already internationally known as the queen. And that's very abundant. And so you're just like, these are people who want to come around you again, but because they were haters, you know, and they were in a competition to knock off your art, you don't trust them anymore, okay? And yeah, okay, I think that like some of you guys are, you know, although you are the queen, there's like a lot of wounds here. These people, they see that you are trying to wound, okay, with your humor, and you are wounding them, okay? But I think that if you do choose this wounding path, it will make people not trust you, okay? Some of you guys, this is your PTSD response. You laugh when you're angry or something like that, or you start dissing when you're angry or something like that. But they're saying that that's a denial of your emotional truth. They're discerning, friend. Friend, some of y'all, they done watched you for so long as a student. They know that you're this humble, devoted person to knowledge. So when you're doing something, when you're using your humor to wound, they know that that is you denying your emotional truth. They know that's when you're triggered around not feeling trust. Friend, they read you like a book, friend. These are haters that know, like, I don't know, like, what kind of temperament you have towards them, but I think that you do feel angry about them, especially if they're showing up as haters, because they have been knocking you off, friend. And I think that you would just been like, let me be calm, because I'm the queen. You know, friend. You're the it person and you know it. Like, you're the it thing and you know it. And I just think that there may be some, you know, there's some good with the bad, but don't wound, I guess, but just like ease into the resistance of some type of truth, okay, that you have been hurt about. But it's already that you're the queen, friend. I think that's something that you're, like, people are saying that you're denying. These haters are like, you're not trusting your partner or something like that. You're not trusting your partner, and sometimes you curse them out or something like that, or do something harmful to them because you are this is your way of hiding that you're sad. This is your facade, your social facade, to diss instead of, you know, express your true feelings, okay? But somehow you still the queen, friend. They're like, okay, the queen is just angry today. Something like that. Friend, they definitely, these are international people that's hating too, friend. But you knew that already. Okay. So, but yeah, they've already watched you. I think before you realized that they were a hater, perhaps these people have been watching you. Okay, they've already seen that you are this beautiful student. Okay, and they see that so much abundance in that. But I think that they're Peter Pan syndrome, and that they just are around you to knock you off because they don't want to grow up and be responsible and find their own path. Okay. But I think that makes you not trust them and makes you angry, okay, when they knock you off or something like that. So they say, I think that you have really, people, these haters have really seen that you have maybe most recently even admitted this as an emotional truth. Is that like, I really don't trust you when you do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when someone copycats you or projects your image or something like that, that makes you not trust them. But you also have to like balance that, you know, some duality, right? Some shadow with that, or some light with that, is that as the queen, you know that you're going to set the trends. They know that you're going to be the standard everybody wants to be like, right? So just be like, okay, just be discerning, right? I think that you've just been, as the queen, learning something new, okay? And you were humble in learning this lesson as the queen, okay? Because this may have occurred as you, like, right, you know, your transition into this international recognition and all this abundance. And so there's some humble receiving of this knowledge, and how you've been open to learning how to navigate this international space. And they see that you have just been hurting because you haven't been able to, you feel like you can't trust them. And that's why, right? So... So, friend, I don't know, friend. There was like, you know, don't deny your I think that these were haters that were hating because they were denying their emotional truth, or you are. Like, the same thing goes with them. Like, I know we spent a lot of time about you. You know, the queen, you know, has bad days, friend. Okay, but I think that ultimately that, you know, it could go both ways. These people were also denying their emotional truth about you, and that they haven't been able to grow up and be responsible, okay? And that they have been not open to lifelong learning. So that's why some of them is haters too, because they see that you smart as hell, and that's how you got to this international recognition, and they just keep scamming off and knocking things off and just like sitting there as a lower quality. But I think that, you know, I think you've balanced that and humbled yourself as you know, said, okay, I understand that as the queen, that's how it will be, okay? Anyways, let's wrap, friends. How do these haters view you? You're abundant as hell. You're known as the queen, so that means that they're not the queen, okay? Yeah, you're the star, friend. And you're just like, look, that makes me not trust you as the Queen of Swords with the Page of Swords. Yeah, it's something that you always feel like you need to discern. Like, you're like, is that someone that's, you know, trying to celebrate abundance with me? Or is that someone who's projecting my image to abuse their authority or to scam? These haters, they definitely, they see that you've helped them with their Peter Pan syndrome or their projection issues. And you've humbled them to learning, because you came in with so much knowledge. As the Queen of Swords, you were very sharp with your intelligence, and it showed why you were so abundant. You made them feel broke how smart you was, friend. You made them feel broke. These international hoes feel very broke next to you, okay? And they see that crown on top of your head, friend. They see all that abundance. They see them. They see that. They see the regal feminine, okay, radiating like really a lot, okay, a lot of wealth. Some of y'all, I don't know, but they say the queen, you know, gets mad too, friend. Okay, the queen shadow aspect is denying their emotional truth when something hurts them. Okay, when they're triggered by their lack of trust. These people, they feel like they triggered because they were truly, you know, I think that ultimately it wasn't that they were doing anything so wrong. I just think that they may have been struggling with your unconventional relationship, or struggling with your knowledge, you being so smart and wealthy, and just like that's a new emotional experience. And you just like, I think that they have hope that you will have compassion for them, and that they will get a new opportunity with you, okay? But But they definitely see you as the star. They see you as regal, feminine energy. They see you have learned something about this situation and how to handle yourself, something that you've refined in this international space around your humor, okay? Because some of your humor could be very wounding. And but some of these people, they were doing something to wound you with this triggering of whatever they were doing with the lack of trust, and they know that they were doing something, and it was really their Peter Pan syndrome, and that they haven't done enough. They haven't been able to translate their knowledge into action like you have, that have made you this queen bee and things like that. And you know, they've been hiding behind you a little bit, or just like relying on you, and they just haven't been able to, you know, find their own path. And they know that this made them not trust you, but they have hope, you know, that they can master themselves and show you that they can, you know, show you that they can stand alone. Some of them want to show you that they can make it to international. Some of them want to show you that they can be a good friend, that they can that they can be abundant, like, you know, with you. They want to come back and be in your circle. But I think some of you guys, you don't trust them anymore. And I think that the relationships really, really did break down. And I don't think that I'm not going to say you don't forgive them, but I don't think that, you know, the reconciliation that some of them are looking for is not something that you're really open to, after some of them really took you through trial and tribulation with this knocking off of your knowledge and skill and artwork. This knocking, something where they were knocking it off, or they did something to project you. Maybe they started dressing up as you or something like that, or they started to challenge you, or took you through some other type of hardship, and that may have been emotionally wounding for you. And you know, they see that you've just been mastering the wound, and you know how you express your emotional truth around it, such that it's not a humor that wounds, but a humor that liberates us and maintains your regal feminine energy. Don't let anybody take you out of your regal feminine energy, because they have come around with such a low brow, low budget behavior. Okay, you are still a star, you're still the queen, and you just feel wounded by these people. And I know that you're so humble, but people see you as the queen. Like, this is something that you've been mastering. It's like, see yourself as the queen as well, and say, hey, I know that I am in this, like, you're like, they see you as like in like a castle, or in a palace, or in a sanctuary. They see your life as perfect. You're a star. And so, you know, just put yourself in their shoes, right? Your abundance and how long that money is, you know, they know that they could never compare, but they just hope that they could find their own path and, you know, get more abundance, friend. Okay, that's what I'm saying, pal, too, about how your haters are viewing you right now. They have hope for a better future, and I think that that's really positive. Let me know how this resonates, and I'll see you in the next one. Hi, pal 3. Last but not least, you chose the peppermint white mocha from Starbucks. So let's put it there, and let's get into it. How are your haters viewing you right now? Okay, how are your haters viewing right now? I'm hearing something where you gave them the boot, friend. These are some haters, especially if you're here from Pal 2. Some of them, this could be a continuation for you, but they could have a, you know, they could have hope for a better future in the relationship, but I think they created too many feelings of lack of trust issue, and I think that they end up getting fired. Okay, these are people that got kicked to the curb, fired, canceled, cropped out of the family portrait, you know, really canceled, right? That was really the last time they saw you, friend. Okay, how are your haters viewing you? Yeah, they're seeing you persevere, and you said, no, I can't stay. Okay, I can't stay. I got a little bit more work to do. I think that's something where they see recently, like, there's something about the fire element. This is about some type of drive or activity that has increased recently. And they see that you haven't reached your goal all the way yet. And so you just have been like persevering to reaching a particular goal. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is so hard, right? Or something like that. But some of you guys are dealing with an extenuating circumstance, and it's just a really, really big adjustment. And I think that you should definitely focus on, there's nobody to blame in this situation. I think that what happened through this situation or hardship that you could be going through is something that was really a deep internal thing. And I feel like all these challenges that you've been fraught with are really big learning lessons, life lessons. And so it is not a process that you can rush, and focus on the quality of the healing more than how fast the healing, okay, gets done. And I feel like something where recently these haters have seen you just continue to persevere, okay? You keep going, you won't stop. They see that you have levitated, friend. Like something, especially like if you like, when I think about ascension, especially you guys could be ascending recently. So you definitely levitating in this bitch. But I feel like this is your ascension, like is around, like it unblocked something for you. It unblocked it, like it was a creative like unblocking as well, and led to some inspired action that you've been taking and have been motivating you to persevere so that you can reach this goal. So I think that was like you releasing some of the resistance. I also think that recently this, like whatever you did to persevere, also set a new trend. Okay, I'm hearing you set a new trend, and it is a big bag around this trend, friend. Whatever trend that you just set, it has been going viral. It has been getting picked up by celebrities, public figures. It's really getting a lot of buzz, okay? And this is, you need to chase this bag and run for your life. Persevere, because you are so close to that John Hancock on the dotted line. This bag, the way that you have a big buzz, there is no more denying. There's no more fear of your success. There's no more fear of your failure. This is a sure thing, okay? So I want you just to keep going. You're almost there. We're waiting on you, friend. It's almost, just keep going, keep growing, persevere. And you literally keep setting trends. You keep taking different new inspired actions, and it is fun and flirty and vibrant and a sure thing, friend. So this is like, persevere, y'all, persevere. Some of you guys, these haters are seeing your occupation, okay, and that you're persevering to retirement. Some of y'all, okay, you're persevering to retirement, and they see that once this bag gets secured, that's your retirement plan. This trend that you set is your retirement plan, okay? So some of y'all, you almost there, friend. Very young and very successful. We have the Second Amendment. We have the letter R. Okay, this person could be a Pisces, okay, or this could be somebody white. And we have marriage. Some of you guys are persevering to marriage, okay? And this person, they see that this, like, they're definitely looking at your authority, and they know that you're the one that's getting the marriage, friend, okay? So this person is this hater, they're hating on you because of your marriage, and that you have the authority, and that this involves your work and career, and a big role that your family has in the community. Some of you guys are literally, like I said, setting a trend and becoming highly recognized. Some of you guys are on track to becoming famous. Quite literally, that's a real thing. That's not some taboo spiritual woo-woo. That is actually a tracking that means you're up next, okay? And you're persevering, and that means fame, that means business, and that means marriage. A lot of you guys, these people who, these haters that are seeing you are very concerned with your professional goals, so they can try to project your image, your social image, and try to block your marriage with the white privilege or something like that, okay? This person is definitely seeing your image in consumeristic society. They see that you have set the trend, okay? But the challenge is it's just like people who want to infringe your rights is what I'm hearing, who want to copyright infringe. So there could be tensions in business. So a lot of y'all need to persevere around this, and there's a big financial reward. This person knows that you continue to stay disciplined, hardworking, persevering to meet your goal, and they just know that they're seeing your image in the consumeristic society, and there's a bunch of buzz around you, okay, and your success, and there's a big bag around it. It's set in stone, okay? You just need to continue. You need to finish and accomplish your personal, professional goals, okay, and align with this bag. You have to align with this bag, so that means persevering to the bag, and also getting prepared. Some of you guys are getting prepared for marriage. Like, they're seeing your image in this consumeristic society, and they're just like, oh my god, that is so much prestige and social status. And then they know that that means you have the authority, and that this is your marriage, and that this is you're getting aided by society as this big trend. You're getting aided by society as, like, people are regarding you as renowned, prestigious. You're literally like, your social status is so renowned, and they see that you were very ambitious about this. Okay, this feels like a new hater, okay, or somebody's ex. This person wants to compete for like this traditional man in your life that you're marrying, because they're like, it's kind of like that father sibling kind of fight for retention type of thing. Like, oh, you were the one that got the financial reward, you were the one that got the image. And some of them, they're shocked that this person has been the one that has been giving you all these financial rewards, that has been putting your image up in the consumer society. And this is that they see that this masculine that you're marrying is the one that has been helping get your image out into society, helping you get aided by society, and that they are helping you do business and getting you fame and recognition, helping you accomplish your professional goals, helping you stay motivated, and so that you continue to persevere, okay? And they know that, like, your dream is coming true, okay? That you're so prestigious. LOL. So it don't matter how much privilege they got, friend. Do it, okay? Does it matter? It don't matter. LOL. Okay, we have the Samaritan and the shadow aspects, and we have the child nature archetype. We have the wounded child, okay? This person is really looking at your creativity and your business and your children, okay? You could already be married to this person, but this is somebody who may have been competing for your marriage, and this person, I think that, like, yeah, I think this situation, this person sees that they're really concerned around, like, your sacral chakra, and this definitely is about books, babies, and businesses, and that's all around, like, the center of your marriage. So this person is hating on you because of your marriage. They, like, something where they're seeing that that this marriage is dysfunctional, okay? Your haters do see that this marriage is dysfunctional, and that's why you're having to persevere through something. And this person is, I think that, the shadow side of your father is that they exact appreciation and recognition for the help that they offer you. They have been getting your image up in the consumeristic society, making you a trend, getting you financial rewards, marrying you even, but this relationship is dysfunctional, and they see that you're just trying to focus on your friendship and spiritual connection with this person. But you know, this person has really been seduced by their role as your father, or as this like manager, or as this person who's been getting your image up in the consumeristic society. They see that you are very prestigious and highly, you know, renowned, but they see that you still have these abusive relationships that are dysfunctional. And you know, they say you take the good with the bad or something like that. They're still jealous of you, even though they know that your relationships are still dysfunctional. They see that they're still envious of you. Like, and that's the crazy part about it. Okay. And you're like, my life is not perfect. Something where you might even be talking about this, like my life is not perfect, my marriage is not perfect, you know, something like that. So people just look at everything and see, you know, and yeah, Two of Pentacles, they really try to balance their perspective around something unconventional about you. Some of you guys you have an unconventional marriage, and people hate to see this. They hate to see your children. Like I said before, this involves your sacral, your fifth house, even where you procreate, your procreation, and where you decided, you know, yeah, I think that, yeah, this unconventional relationship people get when they realize that you're married to this unconventional person, they get mad and they might even unfollow you. Okay. Some of you might be talking about how your partner is egotistical. How you talking about abusive, you know, provider men or something like that. But there are other unconventional aspects of your relationship where people are really just trying to juggle their perspective about you and this person's unconventional relationship. Like, why are you guys together? What drew you guys together? How long have you guys been together? You guys are from different countries. You guys have different cultures. You have your different races. You both, like, I don't know, something where, like, there may even be fluid sexuality. It's like they're just trying to understand why you two are together, okay? And they're really trying to juggle their perspective on it. But I think that because you know, the reason why you are together is because you love them, I think. But they just not used to seeing your unconventional house, and I think that this may have made them a hater. Okay, I don't know, like, this is so weird, this energy in this pile. Okay. So let me get some more information here about, like, your haters, pal. How are your haters viewing you, pal? 3. Okay, with Ace of Swords reverse, they're definitely lacking clarity, but they know that there is a big change going on here, because they are getting they're getting more balance around your unconventional relationship. These could be people that dated. These could be exes. These could be people that dated you or your partner before you guys got married. And they were really dysfunctional relationships, and they have not been able to move on or forgive that. You know, and I think that a part of it is just like egoic, that you are the one that's getting married to them, and it's just like they have this karmic challenge that you know, I think that they're moving into calmer waters, but maybe there were cycles where they had this karmic challenge of being the person that had the dysfunctional relationship where you got the functioning relationship. And this is the unconventional aspect of the relationship, is that, like, you kind of have to, like, there's a cycle of this marriage perhaps where these haters are really, really codependent on you guys for survival. And so you just kind of have to, like, I don't know, their neediness gets expressed a lot. Okay, their neediness gets expressed a lot. And then the Tower reverse. Yeah, this person, I feel like this was the ex, or this was some other relationship. Maybe you're in a poly relationship that's outside, like that they're not, of course it's not their house and marriage, and they know that you're the one that got all the financial rewards in the marriage and the structure from this person, and they just hate that they were the ones that just help them master themselves, just help them juggle their perspective about things, just help them realize dysfunctional relationships and family violence. And really, those were just people who, those are just people that you really work on or something like that. Those are just your community service projects, and they represent unconventional aspects of your marriage. And I think that these people are hating on the marriage because they are just the people. It's not their house. They're not the image in the consumeristic society. They're not the ones getting the fame, the business. They're just the people that you offer a lot of emotional support to, is what I'm hearing. Okay. These people, I'm hearing that you help them a lot. And some of them, they're hating, they might think that you have been like exacting appreciation and recognition for the help that you offer them. They see that, they feel like they see that you see them as like community service projects, or you've had to refine your capacity to help them because they have been very needy on your marriage or your consumeristic image. Okay. And how much prestige it represents, and that they haven't been able to find their own path, especially if you guys are here from Pile 2. A lot of them, they just were never, they know that your relationship is fluid, and this was a big theme in the attraction video that was like 2 days ago. Your partner, it's not like, I think that you wanted to promote like a sense of harmony and community, but these people really were doing something inappropriate sexually or something like that. They had inappropriate behavior, and they see that you have really turned a negative judgment towards them, that you don't like, it's like you were like, you just started exacting appreciation for the help that you offered to like diss them or something like that. And I definitely think that these relationships are so over. Like the Tower, the relationships are very over, or they need a big transformation. But these were people that needed you a lot, but they were not actually represented in the community, is what I'm hearing. These are people who are not, they've lost their domestic bliss with you. Maybe you block them, or maybe you have like, you made it clear that they're not a part of the professional group. Okay. And they just feel like they are wounded because they were not able to have a functioning relationship with you. And they see that you just been like, since leaving the relationships, or since ending these relationships with these people or something like that, that you have just been exacting appreciation and recognition for the help that you offer them. It's just like, honestly, I think that because some of them chase clout around your name, I think that some of you, to bring justice to this situation, also chase clout around their name, or just like exact your appreciation and recognition for the help that you offered them, because they tried to do something illusory to steal from you. And the unconventional thing is that, like, I think another unconventional aspect of these relationships with these haters is that they try to do something illusory to project your image or steal from you. A lot of you guys really had to defend yourself from these people, or defend your art from these people, defend your marriage from these people, or something like that, because they have been doing something illusory to stop you from, to create tensions around your business agreement. They have been really fighting for sex, money, and power, and you have been getting this huge buzz and setting this huge trend. But they may have, like, I think that they did something illusory, where they tried to project your image and run up a bag, and they thought that they were going to be the ones that had got the image in the consumeristic society. But they were actually the ones that got canceled with the Tower in the reverse, and they were the ones that got disillusioned. And so they're not the ones that are getting the fame and getting inscribed in the press, and they're not the ones getting the marriage or the authority position. And so they just represent people who like maybe we have memories with, but we won't remember them. Okay, they won't have an image. I also think that these were people that you're going to, there will be some type of major transformation in these relationships where you take over their career, or you take over their business because of something where they infringed on your property too much. Okay, or competed with your professional goals. And this is another unconventional aspect of the relationship, is that, you know, they were trying to compete for power, and then you become their power, especially like when you take over their business from where they were trying to force, right? You're gonna have something where you might even force them to hand over the business because you have the authority and the image. And that's the bag, is what I'm hearing. The bag is forcing the business agreement for people who were vying for your authority. Okay, your relationships are over. A lot of them are, it'll be hard for them because some of you guys are taking over their business and firing them because they created too much lack of trust. Okay, some of them, they have been, you know, wanting your man really bad. They've been wanting your marriage really bad, and your partner, they may have done things like inappropriate sexual behavior, and none of this is stopping your man from daydreaming about you. Okay, so that was just like so weird. Your person was just sitting there looking at them like, we need to help them. Okay, something where y'all one of your professional goals could be to help them, but I think that they're just an extra burden that you don't want to carry. But I think that because of this illusory thing that they did in the network, it was like, it made the relationship with them so dysfunctional. And that's why the Hierophant is in the reverse. It made the relationship so dysfunctional. And so, like, some of you guys just don't want to, you don't want them in your house. You don't want them in your professional group. You don't want them in your business. And so there's a big transformation, big ending coming here, because they did too much. They were too dysfunctional. Okay, and I don't think that it can be repaired after all this hardship around the, like, securities in the relationship. These people, they literally try. I think that they were not expecting you to get promoted, and they were not expecting you to come into all this, like, trend setting and buzzing, and you just were you were well regulated and built your own militia and stood up against these people. I'm hearing that this could have even been a bullying situation. So this was all blocking your marriage, not because they're not daydreaming about you. They're definitely daydreaming about you, but this marriage involves fame and business, and a big role in the community, and they have just been making it really hard in the community by creating so much feelings of, you know, trust issues when you're trying to get, some of you guys are trying to get prepared for a marriage. Okay, that's already unconventional. So I think that you are coming into emotional balance. A lot of relationships in this business are ending, and there are huge transformations that need to be made. But I think that first, just your haters are seeing that you are balancing the unconventional aspects here and getting a better understanding of what you need to do so that you can seek, and so in seeing you seek God's will before making important decisions, so that you're not angry and anxious about these people who have been abusive in the environment ultimately. People that you feel like you needed to defend yourself from, really dysfunctional relationships that made you not trust them. Okay, you were trying to, I'm hearing they were so dysfunctional, they were truly lacking communication, truly lacking honor. These relationships truly, they fail. Like, the more, like, dysfunctional they showed themselves, the more you turned a negative like, you were like, no, you're just fired. So, it's just over. This is not your responsibility. Do not take responsibility. Just tell them to handle the business, friend. You might not even want to talk to them no more. Just tell them to bring you the books, okay, and that's it. Just, you don't need to hear nothing else. Some of y'all, they done took you. They was too dysfunctional, and you ain't like all that around your marriage or something like that. Okay. Anyways, but I think that you just guys are coming into emotional balance because there's a lot of fame around your relationship. And so there are going to be a lot of people around doing weird things, okay? And they did something weird too. But some of them, it's time to move on, okay? And they see that you are manifesting yourselves away from them, okay? And just juggling your perspective on how everything ended, learned your lessons, and said, okay, you know, I don't know what happened, friend. I hope they offer you some clarity, but we'll get more into this to be continued. But I definitely can just see that, like, these haters were just, they felt threatening. But they definitely, like, took you through something, like, you felt like you needed to persevere through this. I don't know, because I think that these haters are watching you or viewing your social image, viewing your public life. And so it could be creating negative perceptions in the community, okay, what they were doing, and you didn't like that. So keep going, keep growing. You guys are on track. But this is just a rite of passage, a lot of you, okay? As we get the ick and get disillusioned by the people who were abusive in the environment, we can embrace what is actually good for us. Thank you so much, Pal 3. Let me know how that resonates, and I will see you guys in the next one.